we're going to start now talking about building a list. The next few videos are all about different ways of building a list. In this video, we're going to talk about building a list from your website or websites. Now, every website and web page you own needs to be focused on building a list. Every web page has to have an entry point into one of your autoresponder sequences. You want people to be able to subscribe from anywhere within your empire of sites. You want it really easy, simple form, tells them why, tell them what they're going to get them to sign up. The more people you can get to your list, the better. You basically have a sign up form on every page in the form of a pop-up, a hover ad, or just plain autoresponder sign up form. But it takes a lot of effort to get people to your website, so you don't want them to come to your website and they go and disappear. You want them to come there, sign up, and then you can market to them at your leisure. Now, every niche market needs to have a different autoresponder list. We talked about this briefly earlier on, but your parrot keeping list will be different to your dog training list, to your Microsoft consultants list, to your plumbers list, and whatever. You have different lists for each niche market. This allows you to separate out your list by interest so that you can market specific products to the lists. Now, you may find that some products will appeal to multiple lists, in which case you have two choices. You can send the same message to each of the lists, or you can write a custom message for each list focusing on their specific needs and wants and why the product suits them, and that is a technique that will work best and have the highest conversion rate. Now, if you have broad niches, then you can have generic lists. So, for example, I might have in internet marketing, I've got my list of list builders, traffic generation, WordPress people, my list of, what other lists have I got in internet marketing? Let me think. I've got another list on people who are interested in AdSense, a list on pay-per-click, a list on cost per action. So all of those are different lists. But because they're in internet marketing, they all have pretty much the same interests. So I can send a broadcast, for example, on an affiliate product related to internet marketing to all of them. Now, if there's something specific to, say, pay-per-click, I'd send it just to that list because the others may not be interested. But if it's, Mike Filsami's latest product, or whoever, some big name has released a new product, I'd send it to all of them because they've all got a general interest in it. And what I'd want to be able to do with my autoresponder ideally is to make sure that if somebody signed up to more than one of those lists, they only get one email. That's actually quite a good feature of an autoresponder if you can find it. But as I said, each sub-niche has its own list. So you may have a generic, in health, for example, you may have the fitness freaks, you may have the dieters, you may have the people who want to stop smoking, the vegetarians, you may have the vitamin munchers, whatever it might be. But they're all in the generic health niche. So you may not be able to get them all onto one list, and you probably don't want them to be all on one list. But if there's something generic to do with health, you send it out to all of them on every single sub-niche. One thing that works very well, now I did this years ago, I first tried it out, and I found that I'd gone from getting one opt-in every 3 or 4 days to 3 or 4 opt-ins every day, is you offer a bribe for people to sign up to your list, offer them a gift. It could be a book or whatever it might be. But nowadays, in IM, internet marketing, worse than other niches, people don't want to give their email address away because they know that what's going to happen is they're going to get bombarded with junk emails and messages, and before they know it, their inbox is going to be full up. They're going to get thousands of messages a day, and most of them are going to be completely irrelevant and rubbish. So by offering a bribe, you help overcome that resistance. Maybe I should call it a gift. You offer them a free gift for signing up. You overcome that resistance that they have to giving you their email address because they think, well, there's something in it for me. And because your gift is really good, they're then going to say subscribe to your list because they think, this guy's obviously got something to say. I want to listen. Now, what can you offer them? A free report, a video, or something similar? Something that works very, very well is, if you're selling a product, is to offer a couple of free videos, a couple of sample chapters, or something like that. Something to give them a taste of the product so that they can go, this is good. So that's what you want to think about. But offer them something that's valuable, and that's the key. Don't find a resale rights product or a master resale rights product to give them. You don't want that. It's got to be something of value, and it has to be yours, something you've written. You've got to make sure, though, that you don't give away the farm. For example, if you're selling an ebook, for example, and you say, right, I'm going to give away the first 3 chapters, but chapter 3 is where the real meaty information is. You don't want to give them that. You want to give them away enough to prove that the product's good and that you're an expert on the niche, but not enough that they then go, well, I don't need the product. You've got to give away just enough to make them go, I can't live without this product, I've got to buy it. Now, the reason the product has to be your own is you use it to sell your own product or affiliate products. So basically, the giveaway is promoting your product, or if you haven't got a product to sell and you're just giving away something to build a list, it's promoting affiliate products. That's it, plain and simple. And that way you'll learn, because what will happen is they'll read the book, and not everybody, but majority of people will be intrigued by what's in there, realise you're an expert, and come and buy something. So it works really, really well. If it's a well-written report with some really good information in, people will buy. One thing to try, and again, I've tried this and had a very, very good response rate with it, is pop-up windows. Put pop-up windows and hover ads on your web page, and you'll find that you get a good result. You've obviously got to play around with them a little, but you will get a good result. They can often provide you with a lot of subscribers because they're fairly obtrusive, shall we say. So whereas your opt-in box on the right hand side they may ignore because they're reading the text, the box is right in front of their face and they've got to click a button to get rid of it. And when they're going to click on the button, they quite often see the free gift and go, that looks good, and click on it. What you need to do is experiment with different text in these boxes, experiment with different pop-up times. Do you want the box to appear as soon as somebody gets to the website? Do you want it to appear when they leave? Do you want it to wait 5 seconds or 10 seconds? Whatever. But you've got to experiment with it. What gifts can you give away? Try different things to find out which works best. Now, sadly, that's not necessarily going to be the same across all niches, but it gives you a starting point from which to work in every niche that you enter. Now, if you're selling a product, and this is really, really important, you need 2 lists. You need a pre-sales list and a post-sales list. Very important to separate the 2 out, because let's think about it. Your pre-sales list, what you're doing? You're selling your product. Your post-sales list, they've bought your product. They don't want to be sold your product again. They've already got it. I must admit, I made a little mistake on one of my lists a while ago. I had forgotten to put the automation on so that when somebody's bought the product, they're removed from the pre-sales. And the guy bought the product. Actually, this is quite funny. The guy bought the product, and he'd written me an email about a day afterwards saying how much he loved it and he thought it was fantastic. And then a week and a half later, he got to a message, I think about 3 of the pre-sale sequence, and he actually bought the product again because he thought, wow, this product sounds great, and had forgotten that he'd bought it a week and a half before. And I monitor my sales. I know exactly who buys what on all my sites, and I noticed that he had quite an unusual name, which is why it really stood out. And I thought, I'm sure I recognise that name. I'm sure he bought something the other week. I went and checked and found out he'd bought the same product. And when I contacted him and gave him a refund, obviously, and said to him that I'm really sorry, I've messed up my automation. You were on the wrong list. I gave him a little something as an apology, and he said to me, "Oh right, well I was getting these emails and it was selling me this product and I thought it was fantastic, so I bought it." And he hadn't realised he'd already bought it. So you get a lot of confusion. But the thing is, if they're a little bit smarter and they realise that they bought the product, they're going to get a bit annoyed that you're trying to sell them the product they bought. They're going to read it and think, what's going on? I've got this product. Why are you trying to sell it to me? and you're going to get a high unsubscribe rate. So make sure that any autoresponder you choose allows this level of automation. It's going to make your life very, very easy. Now, your pre-sales list holds prospective customers. These are people that have come to your website. They've gone, I'm interested, but I don't want to buy just yet. I want a little bit more information first. I need to make up my mind and make my buying decision. So it holds the prospective customers, and what it does is it sells them on your product. Now, it will sell them for anything from 7 to 10 to 20 messages. It will sell the product. After that, it's, well, they're not going to buy it. So what you do is you sell them other products, affiliate products, and so on and so forth. Your post-sales holds actual customers. These are the people that have bought, they spent money with you. They're qualified buyers, and you know that A, they have money, and B, they're going to spend it. So what can you do with them? You sell them other affiliate products and back-end products. But it's vital that you remove the buyers from the pre-sales list. It's going to confuse the hell out of them. It really, really is. But what this allows you to do is maximize your profit by targeting messages to the right audience. You're not trying to sell a product to people who have already bought it. You're trying to sell a product to people who have registered an interest in it but haven't yet bought it. To the people that have bought it, you sell them other similar products or related products of a similar or higher value. You sell them your back-end products, a video course, your personal training, your membership, whatever it might be. Now, you can also sell these to the pre-sales list as well, but whilst you're doing that, you're not selling the original product. So you need to make sure that you have very defined about where messages are going, and make sure that your post-sales people, your customers, you're not trying to sell them the same product again. It will cause you problems if you do. But that's how you build a website, build a list from your websites. Make sure that every web page you own has an entry point into your autoresponder sequences. Keep your niches separate, but feel free to send messages out to a number of lists that are relevant to them. Maybe rewrite them specifically for each list. Remember, if you have a product, separate out the two lists. So you've got your prospective customers and your actual customers. And with the information here, with this knowledge, you could make a lot of money from your list. It's going to really help you with your list building career, help you earn money from them, and help you get a big list very quickly.